this tremor. Our shields are weakening. Fade into nothing. Fires of retribution.
Another victory of two great dynasties, Lord Captain.
I didn't realize my microphone was off. Good morning, everyone. Sad. Space is a hard, The planet is devoid of even the most primitive life forms. However, the crew has made a strange discovery. A mirror lying right in the center of a huge crater. A completely ordinary mirror in a frame, by all appearances. In pristine condition. Okay, I'm curious. The mirror now hangs on the wall of one of the compartments and looks completely normal. However, only an hour after its arrival, the Voxmaster reports that the shuttle crew that delivered the mirror has disappeared. The people who hung the mirror have also disappeared. Even the enforcer who wandered into the compartment by mistake and stopped to fix this new non-regulation cravat has vanished without a trace. Oh. Oh. That was a disaster.
I can see crimson lights in the void.
Ah.
Your crude shield technology is insufficient to weather this storm.
Out in pain.
No one can outmaneuver House Orcelio.
very interesting star system. observers cannot determine who the ship we approached belongs to, but the telemetry clearly reveals it is an Imperium vessel. The hull is badly damaged, but there is air in some of the chambers, which means they are hermetically sealed. What are your orders concerning the discovery? See if they're Imperial survivors. Ooh, storybook time. We who walk down the same passageways in the same bays day after day, we who are born, live and die to the hum of the ship's machines, we forever hunger for the smallest glimpse of another life, and for a chance to see the heroes who tirelessly fight for us and for the glory of the Imperium. So let's have a tale about the Lord Captain, by the will of the God Emperor, the guardian and the commander of every good and honest soul upon this void ship. And in the time he boarded a vessel named the Fireborn, like a dead whale cast ashore by the inexorable force of the swell. The wrecked vessel was a confronting sight for its unwitting visitors. Some bays still retained an atmosphere, but there was no life anywhere. The ship was dead, its machine spirits dissipated in the darkness of space. It was just the husk left, and the rogue trader's crew were to become scavengers swarming the carcass of a fallen Leviathan. Our Lord Captain oversaw the expedition personally. He decided to use the penetrating gaze of the auger arrays on the damaged ship. The Augur's keen eyes scanned the eerie vessel, identifying the void ship was gravely damaged and was in the process of final erosion. There was very little time to explore it. 3 sectors seemed to be the least damaged: the bridge, the middle crew deck, and the surface bay. After exchanging a series of trills and warbles in the mysterious and ancient language, the tech priests responded for the Augur's report to the Lord Captain that they had glimpsed signs of valuable components in operation in the service bay. The Lord Captain's next step was, let's ask Idira. With hostile eyes upon her, Idira sank into a trance. Then she resurfaced. She reported that the ship had been victim of the warp. The bridge had suffered worst of all. It was the section that provoked the least and greatest anxiety and trepidation in the Psyker. The service bay was the least damaged section, though Idira spoke of it in no particular interest. The Lord Captain had to decide which of the 3 teams he would lead, and which 2 would be entrusted to their officers. Let here be known the names of those honest people who stood before our rogue traitor in that moment. The taciturn and grave young So Son, whose word was firm as his handshake. Captain Vesti, whose jokes will be remembered by everyone on decks 3 through 5. Captain Matina, the senior officer of the 3rd unit, known to many as Grey Matina. She had been leading units back when the current crop of scouts were snot-nosed kids. No one on deck was in any doubt that navigating the inside of the wreck would be difficult. The units would be separated by kilometers of twisted metal, dead modules devoid of atmosphere, collapsed passageways, and hull breaches the size of a house. The only thing connecting the brave teams would be the delicate thread of a Vox link. And so, after weighing the options, the Lord Captain chose to go with the youngin and explore the bridge where it's most dangerous. From here on, we will relate the events based on what we have learned from witnesses, the people who accompanied the Lord Captain on the tour of the dread ship. The shuttles started up one after another and dispersed, each heading towards its selected target. An hour spent on cutting through the hull in the freezing vacuum of space, a fussy boarding, and then, finally, the rogue traitor stepped into the cold, dark deck of the dead ship. The light of the torches revealed a sign in the gloom. Fireborn. After a minute-long exchange with the Voxmaster, who quickly checked the archives, it was established that the dead vessel was that of Captain Nova Van Dane, registered at Kiava Gamma port. Every minute spent on board threatened to end in disaster. The ship's days, or even hours of existence, were numbered. From all sides came the sounds of distant crumblings. The floor underfoot trembled every now and then. The Lord Captain hurriedly moved deeper into the compartment when he suddenly felt the slightest puff of air brush against his neck, followed by a soft sigh, almost as if someone had leaned in close, opened their mouth to whisper a dark, tantalizing secret, and then fallen silent. Where simple mortals would already be trembling and weeping, the rogue traitor only gritted his teeth. Shrieks and moans could be heard close by. Others were gripped by the illusion too. Young Ho Son, the unit captain, barked out orders. His team held back their comrades who had fallen victim to the uncanny terror, and who were struggling to break free and run deeper into the cursed ship. A few minutes passed, and the unit, though scared senseless, was ready to continue. Sound suddenly blared from the Vox, which was tuned to the second unit's frequency. The words sounded muffled, as though the person on the other end wasn't speaking directly into the Vox, but desperately pressing the transmit button while occupied by something else. Never seen anything like it. It's beautiful. Hold on, wait. Is it moving? The words are cut off by a strangled wheeze, followed by static. Young So Son listened to the transmission in the final rasp with a surprisingly calm expression, then pressed the Vox button and in a similarly calm voice let loose a stream of florid swearing, which centered on casting aspersions on his interlocutor's intellectual capabilities. Turning to the rogue traitor, he remarked, "Apologies, Lord Captain. Captain Vesti from the second unit is well known for his pranks." "Crap. The Lord is with you," said Vesti's voice in the speakers, followed immediately by, "My sincerest apologies, your lordship. I just wanted to spook the guys a little." Captain Vesti reported that his unit's foray had also far proceeded without incident, mythical or otherwise. They had found no survivors from the ship's crew, or bodies for that matter. However, the unit had encountered a problem. The passage leading to the deck section with the arsenal and storage depot was seriously damaged, especially the power cables. Proceeding further could be dangerous. Redirect around the damage. Okay. After spending several hours wandering down the dead passageways, Young So Son's unit and the rogue trader reached the bridge of the Fireborn. The oppressive feeling had not dissipated. It was as though the bulkheads of the ship were steeped in terror and pain of the people who had vanished without a trace from those decks. On their way there, the unit had found no signs of a struggle or bodies of the crew, and that served only to deepen their unease. After examining the bridge, the scout unit discovered that the captain's principal cogitator was still functional. The final log entry was identified, a damaged PICT recording that no one in the unit was eager to view. Proximity to the cogitator alone was unsettling enough, and with each passing second, remaining on the bridge was becoming more and more difficult. The recording contained message from Captain Nova Van Dane. It was almost impossible to make anything out in the pict. Only the captain's hand gripping the edge of the table, and flashes of iridescent light. The captain was speaking crisply, almost calmly. But there were also short, almost inaudible breaths. Exactly what the rogue trader's team had encountered when they had first boarded the ship. And it even seemed that those sounds were coming not from the recording, but from the gloom-drenched corners of the bridge itself. Kiavagama has fallen. The Fireborn broke orbit under fire from an unknown enemy and left the system, Captain Van Dane on the recording, with the tone of an officer reporting to her superiors. We encouraged pathological warp activity. The crew is reporting failures in the Gellerfield system. The ship is doomed. Whoever finds this recording, I ask you to hold a prayer service for our souls. I also ask you take the family relics of the Van Dyne line from Kiavagama. The relics are stored. The captain has then specified the location of her family vault and access code. The recording ended, and there was nothing left to do on the cursed deck. It was time to return to the shuttle. A message came from the unit led by the seasoned, unflappable Grey Matina. The captain methodically reported on all the service-based sections her team had already examined. They had found nothing of value. They had found no bodies. There had been no incidences, and the search was proceeding as normal. The unit was waiting for further instructions from the Lord Captain. After returning to the shuttle, Bygone Path received reports about the Fireborn's status. The tech priests who relentlessly pierced the wreckage with the Augur's gaze insisted on curtailing the operation as soon as possible, fearing imminent destruction. There were also reports from the other two units. The second unit suffered serious losses when a large bundle of electrified cables fell on top of them. Vesti, the group's leader who had been stripped of his position by the rogue trable for flippancy, was among those who died. The team retreated, unable to retrieve bodies of their comrades or any kinds of valuable haul from the ship. Grey Matina's unit had explored the service bay without incident and, not wasting any time, had marked valuable components for later disassembly and transfer to the rogue trader's ship. The units assembled in the shuttles of the Lord Captain and gave the final order of his grim expedition. Led by Sister Argenta, the scouts built funeral pyres. Old metal barrels and small shipping containers served as temple braziers. In the wavering but warm light illuminating their faces, the scouts listened as their sister sang a prayer for the departed. Little by little, the listeners' terrified, weary gazes brightened. As they heard the sister's words, understanding dawned on the survivors. Death dogged the footsteps of everyone. But there is a destiny higher than death. They should always remember that. That is the reason to keep going. Time was up. The scouting party returned to their ship. One last look at the Fireborn, the rogue trader. Blast them. Set a good amount of fluff in the setting. spirals. Tragic quirk of nature. Incredibly peaceful, drifting through space. Yeah, here that's the one role that I would replace in my lineup here, and I don't want to, because even though she's somewhat replaceable.
Let's seize the moment.
Damn it! I mean, just bad luck.
Marching ahead.
Damn yous.
Data meditation is terminated. Flesh is weak.
Your technology is limited, but I am grateful.
We function as one.
Always striving for greatness.
Oh shit, she left that.
minor setback.
Why can't you pass?
Venture forth.
Pass. Fuck said that. Okay. This is definitely a trap.
What a shame.
I sense something nearby.
Forge ahead. Never linger. Let's see this through.
My pleasure.
This is definitely too large of an area for there not to be some sort of light.
Never doubt me.
And done.
Definitely a fight in here.
One and it's done.
Stay sharp. All souls cry out for salvation. Now that's interesting.
I better myself through my service.
Loot in here.
Let's seize the moment.
A job for me.
After the last shift's consolidation, they transferred me to the pariah barracks, and everything they say about these freaks is true. I don't know if they are raised this way or if they really don't have a soul, but just being near them makes me feel sick to my stomach. Cold, unfeeling, empty creatures pretending to be human. They beat and execute the passengers like it's nothing. A normal person is disgusted at the thought of smashing a person's skull. Will either toss them out the hold with the rest of the mutants, but the Psyker's tricks won't work on them at all. Very handy when you're traveling on a ship stuffed full of enraged Psykers. Oh, it's a black ship meant for the Golden Throne. I had to move one of the Psykers from the communal hold to separate quarters. That traitorous piece of shit was encouraging the others to revolt, and our esteemed ship's confessor ordered us to give him a good hiding. We beat him for 2 hours or so, and by the end, my damned cough had got so bad it was unbearable.
Onward to victory.
Okay. That's not a problem.
Another battle demands our attention.
I know what's going on. Around. Do your thing.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet.
Running binaric override. Post-mortem servitorization denied.
Fucking got the order of that wrong. I swear I marked one. Yeah, I did. Oh, just shitty.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Behind us too was awful.
Kemorak! Faith without deeds is worthless. Doubt is for the weak. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Tough.
High momentum.
Power resides in the will of the righteous.
What the fuck? Dude, that's sweet. It just fucking blew my fucking firearm mastery. That's horseshit.
An unworthy soul.
That's terrible.
Suffering is part of the trial. My competencies are not that universal. The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
This is shit.
My vow is to serve. Running binary code. Your desire condemns you.
It shields me! Help me, Lord Captain!
Not good.
I know what to do. As said, so done. Let's set this in motion. That's how it's done. I know what to do. You clearly are outmatched.
If it serves your cause. This tedious.
Damn it.
Tell me, and it is done. cocky.
Name of God. Why cannot shoot?
I will not.
Oh, that's why. What's in the name of God?
Strike is a prayer.
Am I getting paid for this?
High momentum.
I hold all the cards.
Stand your aim.
Okay. That was really unfortunate. You fucking...
As duty demands, try to die with grace at least. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Oh, son of a bitch. Dude, I'm out of practice. This game is fucking...
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
That won't stop me.
I'm not injured. I'm enraged. My reckoning will be swift.
I'm clearly having a little bit of difficulty.
Injuries will not slow me. I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act. I will endure.
Request approved. The Omnissiah knows all. comprehends all. Request approved. The scriptural prognosis is favorable. Running binary code. Request approved. My vow is to serve.
Emperor, deliver us!
They won't expect this. I know what to do. Not my area of expertise.
Fucking kidding me.
That is how it's done. Easy. Done.
I must. Thank you. If it serves your cause. I am not your Xenos pet monkey. I understand your intent. If it serves your cause.
You've got a problem, I've got a price. Don't get too cocky.
I'll do it. This is why I was chosen.
Duty demands. if I may?
Just ever hit once.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
I am not your Xenos pet, monkey.
Fuck.
This tedium is beneath me. Fortune favors the swift.
Pleasant.
Doubt is for the weak. The enemies of the Emperor will be undone. Faith without deeds is worthless. I'll do it.
Request approved. Running binary vital function successfully terminated. Request approved. Running binary override. Flex is weak, yet it knows no pain.
Didn't see that one coming, did you? As said, so done.
I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. If it serves your cause, the sword slips beyond the veil.
Tell me, and it is done.
I approach the designated position.
Am I getting paid for this? How about no? I can do that with the right incentive.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
I think I need some more sleep. Oh, it's deadly.
A moving target lives longer.
Yet another mishap.
I have read tomes of military tactics.
I won't do that. They won't expect this. Let's set this in motion. I know what to do. Contemplate your weakness. I said, so didn't see that one coming, did you? Count me out. Easy.
That is foolishness. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Stop trying, monkey. I understand your intent.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? I am a navigator, not a servitor.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. Doubt is for the weak. I'll do it. Faith without deeds is worthless. As the Emperor commands, I act. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
That wasn't a lot.
Forge ahead, never linger.
A minor setback.
More of these.
Your execution is assured.
If I may,
Let's set this in motion.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Disease.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Doubt is for the weak. God Emperor, move through me! Be the fire in my heart! Eradicate it! As the Emperor commands, I act. Faith without deeds is worthless. It's nothing!
If I must. If it serves your cause. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. If it serves your cause, I deal death with my hands. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all. My vow is to serve. Request approved.
I know what to do. Contemplate your weakness. As said, so done. I know what to do. You are clearly outmatched.
Tallyman and I.
You've got a problem? I've got a prize. Tell me, and it is done.
Running binaric override. The Omnissiah knows significant value.
Wanna see a trick?
They won't expect this. Contemplate your weakness. Let's set this in motion. As said, so done.
Watch my back.
Emperor, give me strength. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. Isn't this a job for the serfs? Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
If it serves your cause. Ancestors, guide me.
I am a navigator, not a servitor. Isn't this a job for the...
Pain cleanses the body. I'll do it. Doubt is for the weak. Guided by faith. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
This tedium is beneath me. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. If it serves your cause. I will not.
Explorators know one route. Forward.
Consider that off limits. Easy. As said, so done. They won't expect this. I know what to do. Stay there. As said, so done. Contemplate your weakness. Let's set this in motion. Witness my resolve. They won't expect this.
I know what I'm doing, usually.
Throwing men, and pray.
As said, so done. Easy.
I can do that, with the right incentive. Am I getting paid for it?
Throwing men, angry.
If I may. Thanks for the navigator's affront. Do not dare ask. Isn't this a job for the serfs? I am a navigator, not a servitor.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Violation of the firing pattern detected.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Faith without deeds is worthless. As the Emperor commands, I act. The enemies of the Emperor will be undone! Each rock is a threat.
My vow is to serve. Running binary override.
I'll do this.
I hear you moving. No more. I understand your intent. If no weakness is hidden from my sight. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey.
The order is contrary to dogmatic protocols. Computation failed. The spectral prognosis is favorable.
I defy you. Is how it's done.
Decay for Nurgle!
I know what to do. They won't expect this. As said, so done. Done and done. Let's set this in motion. Easy. Not my area of expertise. They won't expect this. I know what to do. Busy that one coming, did you? Count me out.
Ugh. Fucking lame.
Me? Never in 1,000 sectors. Don't get too cocky.
I said, so done. That's how it's done. Easy. As said, so done. Clearly outmatched. Done.
Living on the edge.
Martyrdom is a reward.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. Isn't this a job for the serfs? Now, clad in scarlet.
The Omnissiah function successfully terminated.
If I may, me. If you insist, Lord Captain.
I'll do it. Doubt is for the weak. I'll do it.
Disease. Rejoice in
You will pay an even greater price.
request denied. My vow is to serve. Request approved. The scriptural prognosis is the Omnisire condemns you. The Omnisire knows all, comprehends all. My vow is to serve.
Let's set this in motion. Contemplate your weakness.
My pleasure.
Venture forth.
I'm listening. System shutdown is premature.
Oh, thank you, Shireen.
Initiating bioreformation protocol.
I owe you a debt.
Every moment a chance for greatness. Let's see this through.
Oh, okay. Just get out of this hellhole. All present unaccounted for. Alright, I think it's time for a break after that. I got cranky. Safe back on board the ship. Yep. Destroy it with fire. Ooh. Extracticle. Okay, time for a break. I will be back shortly. Signing off. Goodbye, everyone.